What am I doing?" Stanley slammed his fork onto the table. His expression was murderous. "You ruined my future and let me be punished by the overseas headquarters. What do you think I'm doing?" Stanley got angrier and angrier as he spoke. He had been fired by the Cape Consortium, which pretty much made it impossible for him to survive in the industry. On top of that, he knew how ruthless and cruel the people in Cape Consortium's internal security were. Cape Consortium's internal security department was just a label. They were a group of heartless and ruthless demons. Besides being in charge of the Cape Consortium's security system, they were also responsible for punishing staff members who committed severe mistakes. Most importantly, they were incredibly powerful, specializing in handling people who owned the Cape Consortium money or refused to pay up. Having been one of the Cape Consortium's higher-ups in the past, Stanley knew how terrifying those people were. Every person or establishment who owed Cape money would end up suffering horribly in the face of the Cape Consortium's powerful strength, so much so that they would hand over the money obediently. He did not know why Faye had called them, just because he tried to fire a low-level employee. The overseas headquarters were surprisingly stern and threatening as well, ordering him to return and await punishment. With what those people were capable of, he'd at least lose a limb or two, even if he survived. However, since he had already been fired, he decided to finish what he started. He enlisted the help of the Black Tiger Gang and hatched a plan with them. His plan was to kidnap Faye and blackmail her for a fortune before escaping to another smaller country to live out the rest of his days. Of course, he would not let Wilbur go that easily either. Wilbur needed to be taught a hard lesson or even killed. Either way, the Black Tiger Gang was going to help out. The Black Tiger Gang was Teacher Town's biggest gang. Even if the Cape Consortium was powerful, these gangsters did not care in the slightest. They had taken up the deal at once, agreeing to take half the split. Thus, Faye was kidnapped. Faye saw the murderous look on Sam's face as well as the hooligans around him. She knew that she was going to have to play nice or her life would be in danger. Faye said slowly, "Stanley, I know I went a little too far back then. Tell me what you want. I'll make sure to fulfill your wish to the best of my abilities." Stanley smirked wickedly. He got up and walked to Faye with a smirk. "There is something I want. $1 billion. Transfer it to the account I've designated." Faye replied at once, "I can do that. I don't have that much money, but I can definitely move some of the Cape Consortium's money around." Getting out alive in one piece was most important. As long as she could leave, that Cape Consortium was definitely powerful enough to track Stanley down and get the money back from him. Stanley let out a laugh. "At least you're smart. Also, give that guy from the other day a call. Have him come over right now. I'd like to teach him a lesson." "He has nothing to do with this. You wanted money, and I've agreed to give it to you," Faye said worriedly. Stanley roared, "Nothing to do with this? He's the reason why I ended up like this. I don't care who he is. Even if he's one of your gigolos, I still have to teach him a lesson." Faye did not know what to do. The last thing she wanted was for Wilbur to be involved in something so dangerous. Her mind raced as she thought of a way out. Yet just then, the bald man stood up in the middle of his meal and walked up to her. He drew a dagger and held it to her face. A gust of cold air hit her, and Faye let out a tremble. The bald man said coldly, "I'm Lightning Hank. You might not have heard of me, but I've lost count of the people I've killed. Get that guy over here, or I'll slash your pretty face and bed you." All hope was lost for Faye. She had no other choice. "Hand me my phone," she demanded sullenly. Lightning Hank signaled his man to hand Faye her phone. "You can tell him to call the cops or come with help. We'll see who dies first," Faye said. "I won't let him call the cops. Don't worry." She called Wilbur's number, and it connected immediately. "Wilbur Penn, are you there?" Wilbur felt that something was off right away. Why did Faye's tone sound somewhat different?